The winningest volleyball coach in Tennessee died Wednesday at 78. Coach Catherine Neely spent nearly 50 years running the women's basketball and volleyball teams at East Ridge High School. Her longtime assistant coach and several of her former players got together to share memories with our Mary Frances Hoots. She joins us now in the studio with the story. Mary Frances.
Well, Cindy, these women tell me the East Ridge football stadium, including the field, wouldn't even be big enough to fit the number of people whose lives she impacted. They compared her to legendary Tennessee women's basketball coach Pat Summitt, a hard-nosed woman who demanded perfection on the court, but still managed to connect with her players and show she deeply cared about them.
Fear, but fear with respect.
When Coach Catherine Neely walked in the room, you knew to straighten up. She started her coaching career at East Ridge High School when she was 21 years old and was consistent in her style from day one.
My mom would be like, Lisa, when you were playing for her, she was the exact same way.
Always prepared and expected 110% effort, something she instilled in her former player and later assistant for 25 years, Diana Brock.
Got to where we coached together so long, we were very like-minded.
Which trickled down to all their players. If you played on Coach Neely's team, you weren't going to cut corners.
Until she drilled it into us that you need to practice until you can't get it wrong.
At times you would want to give up. A lot of times at practice you would want to give up. You were worn out, but she would ask you just to dig deeper.
Neely was tough, but she was interested in each of her players as a person, that they respected her that much more on the court and would do whatever she said without hesitation. That connection remained true beyond the high school years.
She attended a lot of our college graduations and our weddings, and she's seen our babies in the first week of their lives.
These women went on to say that more than 60% of her former players went into teaching or coaching because of Coach Neely's impact, and even helped them navigate their careers at the start.
She was the very first person to volunteer to, hey, y'all come and watch some of my practices, see what kind of things we're doing, and we were her opponent.
It's safe to say anyone who was lucky enough to be a Neely girl has had a better life because of it. Coach Neely was also a die-hard Tennessee women's basketball fan. She would take her players to the games, even on school nights, just because she cared about them and enjoyed getting to hang out with them. Coach Catherine Neely will be greatly missed. Live in the studio, Mary Frances Hooch, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.